we posed a list of questions to the ministers that we wanted answers to, many of which they responded to by simply saying national security, refused to answer. And as a glaring example, one of the questions was, does the government allege that Mr. Harkat can speak French? Yes or no? Answer, oh, we can't answer that. National security. It just boggles the mind. But anyways.
Both cases would start with a piece of paper. In a security certificate, then you just get a document. It's a certificate. It's just signed by minister and it says you're a danger to Canada. And it's signed by that. Whereas in a criminal case, it would start with a piece of paper. A policeman goes in front of a just the peace. They have to convince the just the peace there's evidence that starts with. But after the piece of paper, that's where it changes. What Matt and I receive in a security certificate case, we receive their information. So we shouldn't even talk about evidence. They don't use evidence in these cases. They use information. And that's the first thing. So we get a document, I don't know, 30 pages. It was longer the second time around than it would have been the first time, maybe 40 pages, double spaced, and it says, you know, Mr. Harkat, you were in Afghanistan. It doesn't say who said you were in Afghanistan, what you did. And so it's just it's a conclusory statement of what information the government has, and that's their information. They may give us some articles or newspaper articles to help us understand, but no witness list, no witness statements. So in a criminal case, when Matt and I take one, we get a box of materials with statements of the witnesses, police officers' notes, what was said. And then when it goes to court, in a criminal case, they bring the witness. We get to ask questions of the witness, challenge the witness's credibility, the ability to observe, ability to remember, all of those things, their general credibility. In a certificate case, we got this 30-page synopsis, and they bring a witness who says, I've read this document. I have no personal knowledge of it, but I've read it, and you can trust me. The security service does a good job. And after getting those questions out, as Minister's Counsel, I'd turn over to Matt and say, okay, you can cross-examine the man now. And Matt can tell you what that's like.